Well, good afternoon and welcome everyone. Today's review has now brought us here for an extremely special and rather exclusive up-close and personal encounter with the all-new and highly anticipated 2014 Toyota Corolla S. Now, our review today has been provided with much generosity from the newly refinished Texas Toyota of Grapevine, which, as you can see, their main building here has undergone a quite monstrous transformation, much like the all-new Corolla that we'll be seeing today. And still, they are always located here in the heart of Grapevine, Texas. And now, with all of that being said, this is going to be a complete and in-depth review of the all-new Corolla, and this does entail a complete startup and overview of the engine, as well as a good look at many of the unique and notable styling cues and multiple all-new features, technologies, and creature comforts that now make up this new 11th generation of one of America's most popular import vehicles. And so, bearing all that new information in mind, let's go ahead and climb aboard and we'll check it out. To begin with, our particular S tester today wears the super white exterior, and accenting that non-metallic white exterior, this particular tester's interior has been fully appointed in the rather unique black F-Sport half leather and charcoal gray cloth interior. You can of course see the stitched leather portions on the headrest as well as the upper portions of the seats, with the charcoal gray bestowing the central portion of the middle and lower parts of the seats. Beautiful smooth startup on that 4-cylinder engine. Equally smooth is the Corolla's new electric power-assisted steering system. It's very smooth, but provides excellent feedback for the driver with a fair bit of resistance in the wheel overall. In our S tester today, we have a fully appointed black leather-wrapped steering wheel with the nice side bolstering extensions, providing nice, excellent gripping capabilities, stitched airbag cover, and also the dark silver finished silver piece here at the bottom portion of the central part of the wheel. Now, while the Corolla is perhaps one of the most customizable vehicles that Toyota makes, our particular S tester today has the upgraded electronic CVT, or continuously variable automatic transmission, combined with the simulated manual mode over here to the left portion of the drive portion of the shifter. And also, if you put the vehicle in reverse, with our tester today having the navigation screen along with Toyota's new Entune System released recently, this particular car also has the reverse backup camera with full sets of guidance lines and parking assist sensors. Putting the vehicle in park reveals the child protective safety locks, which, like a lot of cars nowadays, will automatically lock the doors once all the doors are closed and the vehicle's put into gear, and will only unlock when the vehicle's put into park and it is safe to exit. Your shifter knob here is wrapped in a sort of soft grain leatherette style material with the dark silver plastic in the center and a stitched leather shift boot. Again, you have the same soft grain material here on the emergency brake handle, again with a leather wrapped shift boot. Only the driver's side window is automatic in both directions. Now, unlike so many of the Corollas of the past, this particular car, along with all of its other siblings of more basic models, come with one standard power plant. It's a simple 1.8-liter dual overhead cam 16-valve inline 4-cylinder engine, combined with Toyota's signature dual variable valve timing with intelligence system, and it pushes out a rather healthy 132 horsepower and 128 pound-feet of torque. On regular unleaded gasoline, expect to see a range of about 28 to 30 miles per gallon city and around 37 to 40 miles per gallon highway, depending on driving conditions and how well the vehicle is maintained. And let's see about a few revs with that tiny little 4-cylinder engine and see what kind of soundtrack she produces. Definitely got a nice little racy exhaust note to it. All around a beautiful, smooth vehicle. And if for some reason you were having to rev the engine when the vehicle is in park or whatever, there is absolutely no side-to-side or forward and backward motion that is transferred into the cabin. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and turn on the headlights. You do also have the standard LED daytime running lights, as well as the fog lights, and the hazard lights as usual. And now let's take this opportunity to explore the all-new exterior of the Corolla S. Now, in so many ways, right off of the bat, you can definitely see that this Corolla has really grown up. As I mentioned earlier, it is now in its 11th generation since it began its history so long ago. Here on this 11th generation, we have these beautiful black bezeled LED projector headlights that are now standard on just about every model, with this S tester having them as standard. You do have these nice black gloss finished fog lights, again as standard Corolla S equipment. The front of the car almost looks like it's missing the middle piece down there at the bottom of the grille, when in fact, again, it is just an extension of the gloss black finish that is seen on so much of this car. You have a lot of the grille slots down here below, with the long bar that you would normally see painted white on a lot of the other cars, gracing the lower part of the grille here. Nice large black painted part up here in the middle, with a small little ram air intake integrated just below the small strip of chrome that embraces the entire grille. Also, you can see the upper grille has got the same gloss black treatment. What amazes me more than anything about this car is how sporty and actually fun looking it actually is. Instead of the old cars which were criticized for being plasticky, cheap, and much more economy cars than sporty cars, this one definitely adds a new a new persona to the term sport compact. Illustrating the point is this beautiful set of polished aluminum alloy wheels. These are 17 inches in size, and as you can see, again, the extension of the black painting as gracing the interior spokes of the wheel. Tire size on these is 215 45R17. This S model has these LED equipped turn signal mirrors. And you want to talk about something attention to detail. You may notice these little nub-like things here on the inside of the mirror and also on the outside of the taillights. That's actually so that the car can produce less drag when running through the air at higher speeds. Thus, you get increased fuel economy. Sadly, our tester today, even as loaded out as it is, does not come with the optional power-assisted sunroof. Moving toward the back of the car, you can actually see a resemblance to some of the more competitive vehicles in its class. The taillights seem to be taken out of some sort of page, maybe from Kia or something like that. But all the same, it still is a beautiful looking addition to the Corolla family. The S, of course, stands for sport, so you know you're getting the most out of the quote-unquote sport compact class. Just an absolutely welcoming sight to what most people would consider somewhat of a boring sport compact class nowadays, where it just seems that all cars look the same. The Corolla definitely has made an attempt to stand out and done an absolutely wonderful job of doing so. And now that we've had a good look around the exterior of the new Corolla, let's take a look at the interior and see what changes have also been made. Now, as I said, and this is just going off of the Moroni sticker, this particular model's interior has been fully appointed in a black F-Sport interior, which I can only assume is accented by these bright blue pieces here along this alpine silver trim, and also it is a half leather and half charcoal gray cloth interior. You can also see the nice light gray piping and stitching along several portions of the seats. And as you would expect with a pretty much fully loaded Corolla, you do get plenty of power amenities. You do get power door locks, window locks, automatic up-down driver's side window, along with the rest of your power windows, with your power mirror controls located just to the left of your steering wheel. You have your instrument dimming, and a few other steering wheel controls and bits and bobs you'll see here in a minute. All of your seats are manually adjustable. You have your height reclining here, and you also have your height adjustment here. The door closes with a pretty soft thunk. It's not so much clunky as it was before, which I definitely like. You can definitely tell how the car's grown up in terms of interior quality. I mean, everything down to the gauges here with that nice little LCD screen right in the middle, it just adds so much more finesse to the car. And those surrounds, they almost look like cat's eyes, if you will. Now here on the steering wheel, you have a wide range of controls. Over here on the right, you have your display button for the upper screen up here. You also have hands-free Bluetooth and voice command for your Entune system. You also have your your radio volume controls. You also have your toggle switches for the Entune system. You have your mute for the radio and your back button. And one other thing I forgot to mention earlier, aside from the fact this car has a CVT, I did mention it has the simulated manual mode. Now you can either use the up and down portion over here, or in this case, we actually have paddle shifters here behind the steering wheel. Very reminiscent of those in the Lexus IS. A lot of Toyota's luxury cars have had this, but the IS definitely is the one that started the whole paddle shifter on the steering wheel deal as far as Toyota goes. Now here in the center, it definitely looks a lot more driver focused. Granted, it's not tilted towards the driver like I've seen a few other cars, but still all the same, you have the nice sort of rubberized material up here. It's a little hard, but it's not plastic like the other cars. You have, again, the multitude of gloss blacks surrounding the center portion here. Your easy to read single zone climate controls right here in the center. Got your different fan speeds, maximum air conditioning and recycling, different climate zones, front and rear defrost, automatic air conditioning settings, which you basically press that and whatever the outside temperature is, it adjusts the temperature inside the car to make it a lot more comfortable than what it is outside. And of course you also have the off button. Now the Entune system here is actually pretty simple to use. You have very simple buttons. You have audio, which you can turn the power on. You also have your different car settings, your average miles per gallon as it's driving, or your current miles per gallon, your range, elapsed time in which the engine's been running, and also your average speed. You can also see past records of when the car was driven. And then also you have your different various buttons such as your Bluetooth, your track and seek buttons, and so on and so forth. Setup, you can also see vehicle setup, audio setup, Bluetooth, and so on. Let's just go back to audio. Overall, the car feels nicely screwed together. Down here you've got pretty hard touch materials, as is the same kind of up on the dash, even though this feels a little more rubberized. You've got nice little materials here. You've got a padded center armrest, definitely a nice addition. 2 separate trays here. Sweet. And way down there you also have your logoed floor mats. Overall, this car is nicely screwed together, and I think, yep, it is tilting. It should, yep, it is telescoping steering wheel. Now, some of the features you guys are finding out about this car are also ones I'm finding out about this car at the same time. So what you're seeing is also some of my first reactions. No lit vanity mirrors there. Not too bad. Definitely a very, very nice addition to the Corolla family. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and turn off the engine. And like most cars, or most of Toyota's cars, you can't just force the key all the way back. You have to push in and then pull to release the key fob. But with that in mind, let's go ahead and unlock the vehicle and check out the rest of the new Corolla. Now with space for 5, the car is definitely economical as far as carrying people. Backseat space has grown up quite a bit, albeit that the fact that this car is actually smaller than the old Corolla, as far as I'm concerned, looking at it from a personal standpoint. But getting into the back seat doesn't really feel any different than the old Corolla. The back seat curves up, or the front seat, the back of the front seat, curves upward to allow plentiful room for your knees. You can see I've got quite a lot of leg room here. Not too much. I'm about 6'1", and I can fit back here just fine. The roof lining has actually been raised quite a bit, which is definitely a nice bonus. And also, the headrests and everything are quite plush, so if you did happen to bump your knees into the driver's back, at least they wouldn't feel like you were jamming a piece of wood into them. Now this, of course, does not fold down as far as I know, but these are 60/40 split fold seats, so that is a definite bonus. Also, your cup holders here in the doors, just like in the front. Cargo room is actually surprising for such a small car. You do have quite a substantial amount of room, and you can reach way back in there. I mean, I'm touching the back seats now, and that's just an enormous amount of room. Logoed floor mats. You also have your spare tire hidden underneath, along with your toolkit. Your license plate frame just sliding around back there. I also mentioned those nubs, and you can see them here on the taillights as well. There you go, now you can see them. See, those are all for aerodynamics of this vehicle. Again, these seats are 60/40 split fold, and I believe there's a trigger up here somewhere. I'm actually thinking it's in the back. But anyways, these do fold down, providing plentiful amounts of room. Got dual map pockets in the back as well. As far as passenger room goes, this seat is about exactly even with the other seat, and I can tell you I have a lot of room in here. Again, about 6'1", not too much as far as hindrance goes when it comes to putting your feet there. The glove box is not damped; it's just plastic. All your reading materials and such. Although it is pretty much damped, it falls pretty slowly and softly, which is definitely a bonus. Again, overall, this Corolla feels very, very well screwed together, and definitely one I would absolutely love to own personally. Not too many small cars nowadays you can say that about. So, viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this rather well-rounded tour of the all-new 2014 Toyota Corolla S. These vehicles are now just starting to come out. They've been out for only about a month now. So if you want to get your hands on one and do wish to contact Texas Toyota of Grapevine, please feel free to do so at toyotaofgrapevine.com or come visit their showroom and location up here off of 114 in Grapevine, Texas. Until then, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys later.